Now, internationally, on the loss of a man, an icon, in fact, that many are still mourning. He was a man who spoke out against the gunning down of students during the 1976 Soweto uprising. And on Saturday, the anti-apartheid icon Desmond Tutu was laid to rest. And as Olive Burrows relays, even in death, Tutu stayed true to his nature, a David going up against Goliath.
The color purple, a story on the struggle for freedom from oppressors. It was a befitting if uncanny coincidence then that the color purple came to symbolize the life and struggle of one of South Africa's most vocal critics of apartheid, Desmond Tutu. Clad in purple robes, Tutu used his pulpit to speak out against racial segregation in South Africa from the late 70s to the early 90s. Only his robes saved him from prison and were a shield from police brutality for many protesters. The son of a domestic worker and teacher, Tutu was unrelenting in the face of injustice, and in his later life took on his church over gay rights, lobbied for Palestinian statehood, and called out South Africa's ruling African National Congress on corruption.
Our government is worse than the apartheid government.
It didn't matter who you were. Tutu was not one to mince his words.
Mr. President George Bush,
the man who coined the phrase Rainbow Nation and was fondly known as Arch, even criticized Nelson Mandela, whom he fought alongside to end apartheid. His sharp tongue notwithstanding, Tutu is also remembered for his laughter and self-deprecating humor.
He would have said, Hey, why are you looking so glum?
When he received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1984, Tutu famously joked that he was honored for his short name, big nose, and sexy legs. It is perhaps not surprising, therefore, that the man who refused to take himself too seriously, despite his impressive legacy, wanted to rest in the cheapest coffin available with a bouquet of carnations from his family, the only flowers. He encouraged those who sought to honor his life and legacy to donate to charity rather than buy him flowers. Only 100 mourners were allowed to attend Saturday's state funeral in person. Among them, former South African President Thabo Mbeki, former Irish President Mary Robinson, and Nelson Mandela's widow Graça Machel were also in attendance, and both read prayers. Tutu lost his battle to cancer 6 days ago on Sunday at the age of 90. And as per his wishes, his ashes will be interred behind the pulpit of St. George's Cathedral in Cape Town, where he served as Archbishop from 1986 to 1994, when Nelson Mandela was sworn in as South Africa's first president.
While our beloved Madiba was the father of our democracy, Archbishop Desmond Tutu was the spiritual father of our new nation.
Even in death, Tutu, who made a rare public appearance in May to receive a COVID vaccine, spoke out in his actions against the greatest threat of our time, climate change. His remains were aquamated, a process using water that is described as an environmentally friendly alternative to cremation.
this is the only home we have.
Tutu leaves behind a widow, Leah, 4 children, and an example of what it means to be the light in the dark.
May his soul rests not only in eternal peace, but power. Take another